Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to I Allegedly. I've got a good one for you today because they're talking about epic gas shortages and how we all are going to be affected by this. I'm in France right now. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsored chapter. Let's get right into it. By the way, it looks a lot like Las Vegas to me, too. Anyways, CEO of Chevron, Andy Walls, no relation to Tim Walls. This guy steps forward and says, hey, we have a real problem here in California. Now you can sit there and say, Dan, I don't live in California. I don't care less. Listen to this because it affects everything. He wrote a letter to California saying, listen, you guys are trying to make all these carbon restraints done through the California Air Resources Board. CARB is what it's known for, in short, and it's going to destroy California. It's going to make things too expensive and that the average person is not going to be able to afford gas right now. Now, since the Epic Fury shenanigans started, we have seen gas prices go up on an average of 40 cents a gallon. 40 cents. Here's a couple of stats for you. 20% of all oil leaves the Strait of Hormuz. And that's a huge amount, guys. So as we sit there and as we use gas, as we drive our cars, people don't realize this. The Permian Basin, Mr. Walls was talking about. Now, for those of you that have seen the TV show Landman, I'm outside Paris, guys. Just a nice hotel. I came out here for baseball with buddies. It was really, really nice. But the Permian Basin is basically in Texas, and it produces 1 million barrels a day of oil. Now you can sit there and go, oh, we need to get off fossil fuels down, we need more electricity. That little shenanigans, that little science experiments proved that it did not work. And it proved that there's a problem with relying on electric cars. Across the street from the Bellagio. But so right now, he is saying they're putting all these different restraints on people in California and companies in California, and it's making it so that they're having to close refineries. 2 refineries closed in California. And he's sitting there saying, listen, I know that people that are not in California think that this doesn't affect them, but he penned this beautiful letter, and the letter was, you guys are going to kill everything. Now, Governor Newsom is not being governor right now. He's running for president right now, talking to any microphone, any podcast, any TV show, any interview that he can, and he can act like a tough guy. But it's preposterous. It is ridiculous. California's got real problems, and it's going to affect you as far as gas prices are concerned. Now, 2 things. These restrictions that they have in California, you can sit there and go, oh, we're not going to have this in the South. They're trying to do this with cars. They've got rid of the driving restrictions, but when you have these unelected politicians that run things, and you have these bureaucrats, and you can sit there and say it's political. I don't know about you, but everybody needs to drive to work. And the problem with this is when you affect gas prices, it affects the lower end of the economy. It affects people that have the least amount of money because they can't afford to drive. They can't afford to purchase cars. If you go out and you buy a vehicle, you're not sitting there going, oh, I need a Prius. I need the hybrid. I need the electric vehicle to get myself, to and from work. They're buying the cheapest vehicle they can, and they don't care about gas mileage. It's the last thing that they do. I'll show you guys. You got the horseshoe right there. See that right there? That is the guitar that's going to be the Hard Rock Hotel, which used to be the Mirage. Because everybody thinks that the Las Vegas Strip goes straight, it kind of curves out. So that, when it gets built, you're going to drive down the strip and see the big guitar. So we're going to go back this way. It's just me and the pigeons and the people running early in the morning right now. But this is a real problem. And it is going to affect, coming this week, there's a new gas tax that goes into effect in California based on these things that's going to raise gas prices in California as much as 90 cents a gallon outside of everything else that we're already paying. Now you can sit there and say, Dan, again, I don't care about California. I hate California. The problem with this is that if you take and get rid of the refineries, if Chevron decides to leave California, it is going to be catastrophic. It's going to affect each and every one of us in the United States, because they're saying that, first of all the military bases that are out right now, which is the thing we need to be concerned about right now. You want to make sure everybody's happy, healthy, and everything. How many military bases, military installations are there in California alone? 32. 32. Look it up. Do a Google search. I had no idea. I was going to say 5. There's 32 around California. It's going to make our national defense be at risk by having these gas prices go up. And you can sit there and say, well, that's not going to happen for another 2 or 3 years. If they close any more refineries, you're going to see gas prices spike. Do you like to pay 40 cents a gallon more? I hate it myself. I absolutely hate it. Senate Bill AB 1421 is the mileage tax. And what happened with the mileage tax? Well, they already snuck it through in California. And originally they talked about, no, this is the law, 3 cents a gallon. And you can sit there and go, Dan, what big deal, Dan? You're going to pay 3 cents, 3 cents a mile. 3 cents a mile. Big deal, Dan. You're going to pay 3 cents more a mile. Think of the bureaucracy to go out and to track you. And I'm doing a great report right now on this, but you're going to have to go to a station that's going to read your mileage, make sure that the adapter that you have in your car is reading things correctly, and with that, they will then write down your mileage. Someone like me that drives up to 40,000 miles a year, I'm going to pay a tremendous amount. The average family that drives right now, think about this, 15,000 miles, they could pay 9 cents a mile, 9 cents per mile, 9 cents is what they're now talking about. That would be $1,350 more to register your vehicle. Other states around the country are looking at the model of California, and you can sit there and go red, blue, whatever, but any state that does this, you're going to be paying more. Your work truck, your own vehicles. How about my wife's got that second car that we use just when people come to the house. That's going to be affected by this. A guy like me, $3,600 more a year for my car registration for no reason, just because I drive a lot. But wait a second, I already spend all that money on gas tax right now. So everybody needs to look at this, and everybody needs to understand this, that it's not just California. That letter that this guy penned, and again, for a CEO to do this to a governor and people that run a state board to sit there and say, we need to stop this, we need to take this seriously. You can be for the Iran conflict or against it or whatever, but this started, he said, before this happened. The Iran thing just makes it all worse for everybody. So with that, you need to go out and you need to understand that we're all going to be affected by this. So, buy a cheaper car, buy a more fuel-efficient car. 9 people out of 10 can't do that right now. That is the truth. So, Cosmopolitan, you got the Aria down there. And again, the Los Angeles Angels, my team, were playing at the minor league field for the A's. The A's have a minor league team called the Aviators, but the professional team did what they call a split squad, where half the team was here and half the team was in Arizona. So we got to see the Angels play yesterday, which is fun. Very, very fun. And my friend who's an A's fan, Pete, clearly we just blame it on bad parenting as to why he was an A's fan. Excuse me. Blew that joke. Anyways, point is that being here in Vegas, I've had 2 people talk to me about this. Have you heard about this mileage tax in California? Do you think it'll come here? It'll come everywhere, guys. There's less revenue here in Las Vegas, and people need to understand it. So let me know what you think about this. But again, when you have a CEO of a company stepping forward and saying, there's a problem, we don't want this to happen, you've got to fix this because it's going to be catastrophic for the national security of our country, and the lowest income earners are going to be affected the most. You think these people thought about that? They never thought about that. Hey, let's talk about our sponsor, Chapter. You know, one thing that we really don't talk much about and you don't see news reports about is discussion about Medicare. There's a great company called Chapter. And one thing that people don't realize is they turn 65 and as Medicare becomes part of their life, or they're already on Medicare, people think that the programs that they have to stick with. Well, that's not the case. Think about this. You know, doctors change, they move, they retire, and people may be on a prescription plan that's really not the best for them. What Chapter does is Chapter reviews all the different programs that are out there for you for free, and you can find out if you're getting the best program. People that use Chapter generally save up to $1,100 a year. Use the link below, check it out today, but let Chapter see if it can save you some money. Check it out today. Use the link below or call them today. Now, a few things to finish this video. Do not forget that we have the private channel, I Allegedly Live, which I love doing that uncensored content. It's fabulous. And a couple things to finish this. Grocery Outlet. Grocery Outlet is a discount shopping store that's in about 13 states. They're closing dozens, if not 100 stores that are underperforming right now. This is a discount store that sells closeouts, things like that. I have one in my city. I love it. But it's a great place to buy the essentials too, like, you know, paper towels and coffee filters and stuff like that. And they're closing dozens of stores right now. Why? They attribute it to what happened with the SNAP benefits. We've never recovered. They lost almost $239 million last year, and they attribute it to the SNAP benefits. But wait a second. Why, Dan? Well, because the people that are on SNAP didn't buy anything. They need this to go get the essentials. And what do? If you've got $75 to your name and you're going to go out and you're going to buy something, that you're going to go to the cheapest place you can. Most people are going to do that. And these places are going to close. They have not announced who's going to close yet. And again, it's kind of nice to see when you come out this early to see places open up. Hope you guys set your clocks right, you know, an hour ahead. Final story, and that is Amazon. Amazon is no longer the largest employer in Seattle. They have less than 50,000 employees now, which is huge loss to them, to the state. Again, all these businesses that leave these states, if Chevron leaves California, which they're talking about, what does that do? What does that do? And you can sit there and attribute it to the high taxes and everything. They refined. They have, you know, employees, tens of thousands of employees here in California, and they're not. They're seriously considering moving to Texas right now. So a lot to think about. But the largest employer now in the Seattle area is the University of Washington. Read the article below. It'll be the last one. If you want to get a hold of me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. And the cool thing, okay, driving here to Vegas, 3.5 hours from my house. And a friend of mine, hey, for your birthday, let's go out there. Let's go see the A's play the Angels. The Angels beat them, so it was fun. But I am telling you guys, this gas thing, everything is affected by gas. Gas goes up 40 cents a gallon. We're all affected by that. And make good choices, okay? I'll see you guys real soon. And just wanted to get an early start out here and show you Vegas as the sun comes up, okay? Reach out anytime. I'll see you very soon.